Hey y'all, Jonathan here with Race Kikis. And in my latest Race Kiki, I'm having a conversation with the international drag superstar, Miss Venus Sexton of Denver, Colorado, where we discuss white queens making money off of black women and education and friendship and mentorship. So please like and subscribe.
I'm just going. I'm gonna leave it to Jesus.
Leave it to
Okay.
Jesus.
Okay. Oh my goodness. So what's going on?
Well, let's get through the formalities first. Girl, sit down.
I am. Okay. All right. Let's get my life. Get your life.
You got your life together?
I'm barely getting my life
What's
together.
your name?
I've been running around the city all day,
Mm-hmm.
trying to get Christmas shopping and stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's working.
We refuse. We refuse. We refuse. Because with the world as a garbage fire, I feel absolutely selfish going out spending money when people don't have any and they don't know where their next meal is coming from. I would rather give you my love, my gratitude, my hope that you're going to be a better person next year. But that's just me. That's just me. You know, we bougie.
Yeah. I got these little nieces and stuff, so they didn't ask to be here. So
Girl.
just saying.
All right. Now, we got to get slightly, I have to do my introduction. Shit. Welcome to Race Kikis with Jonathan Lee. Hi, Venus. How are you?
I am well. How are you?
I am fantastic. Why don't you give me a little, just a small snippet about your reason for being here today?
Well,
Because I told you to.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm here because you asked me to, and
No, I'm actually I just want you to give me a small little backstory. Y'all, Venus is a drag legend. She is a drag legend, honey. She is trying to be modest. She has been beating this mug since when? When did you start drag?
I started in 2000, so right out of high school.
Okay.
Literally.
Why did you start doing drag?
It was kind of a dare. It
Okay.
wasn't, it really didn't have anything to do with anything except for I was young.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounded fun. I mean, I always knew that I was interested in drag, but I never knew that it would be this, this many years later.
This many years later.
Yeah, like.
How many shows later? No, y'all, we're not doing this right now.
Oh, we're both just having problems.
No, so you're Miss This, Miss That. You've been in Colorado. You've toured. You've been here. You've been there. Yes.
Yes.
You've paid all your drag dues. The children know who you are.
I have tried. It's weird to be the auntie now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Do you have any babies of your own?
Yeah, a couple.
Estranged.
Yes.
You got some estranged babies.
I love them, but we just leave them there, and I'll be here. And it's nothing but love.
Okay. Well, I was thinking about that. Oh, let me ask you my other question. When did you learn about race?
When did I learn about race in general?
Yeah, when did you learn about race?
That's funny. That's a very interesting question because I probably didn't really understand race until I was an adult. Maybe even a teenager, because my grandmother married two white men.
Okay.
One of her children are mixed.
Mm-hmm.
my uncle, he married a Latina woman.
Mm-hmm.
So like for my family, the lines were blurred. It wasn't, I knew about everybody and everything.
Mm-hmm.
However,
Okay.
I did, however, I did know that something was different because, as you can remember, like back in the 80s and 90s, the neighborhoods were very segregated.
Very sick. Yes.
So that's how I knew
Mm-hmm.
that
You were
I
raised
was
in
that,
you were
that I
raised
was
in
black.
Denver, right?
Yeah, I was raised in Denver. I was raised in not really Park Hill, but kind of in that area, Park Hill, Stapleton. I don't know what they even call it now, but
Was it the black part of town?
yes.
Okay. Okay. And when you learned about race, you learned about it how?
Um, I would
Was it
probably say
something that was it something like you were somewhere and a white person treated you differently, or what was it?
um, definitely, probably. Oh gosh,
That's a strange question, isn't it?
that's a very strange question. Um, I can give an example of I was walking down the street. I was like 17 or 18 years old, and I had gone to use the payphone when we still had payphones,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody had robbed the convenience store right there on Colfax and Colorado Boulevard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I just happened to be at the payphone, and I was black.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What
And
happened?
so the cops went to go and they answered the call, and I was walking after I had used the payphone, and they stopped me. They stopped me as I was walking,
Mm-hmm.
and they said, "Where are you coming from?" I said, "I'm coming from the payphone." Why? Well, somebody just reported that you robbed the convenience store. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, we need to search your bag. I said, I don't think that you can do that.
Okay.
And they're like, well, we need to make sure that you haven't taken anything. I said, well, go ahead and look.
Uh-huh.
I'm 17, 18 years old. So what do you think is in my bag? A wallet and some condoms.
Well, knowing you, it was probably some lip gloss.
and some lip gloss. Yeah.
Yeah, probably some lip gloss.
So they gave me a ticket
For
to report to court.
For walking while black?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think you've had an experience like that before.
Oh yeah, at that Colfax right around the corner from JR's.
Yeah.
Where the cops all surrounded my car.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what do you guys want? Somebody robbed the 7-Eleven. I was like, that's cute, but that's not me. And then it turned into this whole thing. And the only thing that saved me, I believe, was this gaggle of queens. It was probably Ginger and the girls dragging your drag bags through that parking lot.
Yeah.
Jonathan, girl, you coming in? I was like, yeah, I'll be in just a second. Because y'all probably had a show at Mary's across the street or something.
Yeah, probably.
And so they look at me, I look at them, and they're like, oh, they back off. And I say, can I ask you why you stopped me? And he says, oh, the guy who robbed the 7-Eleven, you fit his description. What does he look like? He's 6'2" and 290 pounds or some shit like that. And I look at him and I was like, you see me, right? I gotta go. And I went inside of JR's, went right to Jack or somebody who was working, and I slammed back a shot of probably Jaeger and Red Bull that I should not have been drinking, but I drank it for my nerves. And that was that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I had to go to court. It was dismissed.
Okay,
because,
that's good.
I mean, there were cameras.
Mm-hmm. I can remember you having to go to court a lot.
Yes.
A lot. And then you would always say, well, I didn't do it, and I didn't do it. And all of the people around would be rumbling, well, you know how Venus is. You know how those people are, blah, 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 talking, disparaging your background.
Right.
But at the same time, woohooing and giving you $2 and $3 in tips and $5 when you do a fabulous number.
I think that's another time when I started to really realize what race was all about was the legal system.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fair.
Nope.
It's never going to be fair.
Nope.
And anytime that I've ever been accused of anything, it's always been at the hands of a white person.
That is absolutely true.
Every single time. Which is very unfortunate, which means that reminds me, I need to get on trying to seal some of that stuff that they tried to accuse me of. Because you can do that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
If it's dismissed, you can have it expunged. But anyway, I have no secrets, and it is what it is. And
yeah,
you got to keep living. Like
otherwise,
what can
what's
you do?
the point?
Exactly.
I mean, there for years and years and years, there was all the rumors and hubbub about why I changed my name. But if you asked me, I would have easily told you. I kept getting pulled over for stuff that was absolutely not me. And the easiest way to do it was to change my name. And I didn't like my birth name anyway, so why not get one that I actually enjoy? That was easy. If it was super easy to change my name so you can stop pulling me over for things that I know I did not do, why not do it? It solved a lot of problems for me.
The thing is, people don't even bat an eye about that stuff now.
No.
No. But back then, everybody was in everybody's business. Oh, why are you
from the law? You know he's a criminal. You know he's that. We don't exactly know. You know he said that he went to Purdue University. No, I heard he said he went to Harvard. I have never said any of those things. But because I was not the kind of Black person you expected me to be, you had to build a backstory for me that fit the narrative in your head that made me seem okay.
Come on with it.
Give or take.
Come on with it.
Now, the reason why I wanted to talk to you was about drag and racism specifically. Because I know that when I happened into your life that one fine afternoon at BJ's, and I met you the first time, your reaction was so genuine. It was so pure. I was like, who is this little gal in this blonde wig? I need to find out who she is. And I kind of low-key stalked you for a couple of weeks so I could figure out what you were all about. Because for some reason in my heart, the minute I saw you out of all your hair and heels and saw you as Chris, it like made me feel wickedly protective of you.
Yes.
And so I saw a lot of things that people were doing to you that I was like, girl, you gonna catch a case, girl. But I want to know what it was like for you and what it's like in that particular community.
In the drag community?
I can't hear you, girl.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay. In the drag community, starting out, it was fascinating to me. I didn't feel I didn't feel unsafe. I didn't feel unwanted. I didn't feel anything like that, because I feel like even though in our dating realm things were segregated, I feel like in the community there was a mutual respect for who we were as entertainers.
Okay. Okay. Going to ask a question about that in a second, but go on.
Okay. So early on, I never really saw that there was any type of discrimination going on within the drag community. It's been brought to my attention most recently by the youngins that there's some tomfoolery going on. And so, you know me, I really try to mind my own business if possible. Lord knows I really, really try.
Well, once I'm in the business, I'm going to sort the business out.
Exactly. So once people started saying things, I was like, well, let me see if there's some truth to this, because I would hear that, you know, only certain Black queens were getting booked. Only certain venues were allowing certain Black people to get away with things, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, that doesn't sound like anything different than when I lived there, because there were bars that, as Black people, as Black gays especially, that it was strongly suggested that we not step foot in. So that's not that uncommon. And about the dating thing, dating is a very loose word. It's one thing to have a gentleman come over and do things, but heaven forbid they see you in the daytime.
That part.
Yes. So that was what I wanted to bring up earlier, but go on.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, I have seen some things without calling anybody out or anything like that. I have noticed if you go into certain establishments, either they have one token POC or Black person at least working there, or they have none at all. And then, like, for instance, where I work,
you can plug it if you like.
Oh, Charlie's Nightclub Denver, everybody. Yes.
Go on.
We're very accepting of every race. Now there were whisperings that there was that I was hired just because they wanted to meet their quota of Black people.
Okay.
Which I thought was I thought it was interesting, but I thought it was ignorant, to say the least. You know.
Well, honestly speaking, as I remember Charlie's, it was one of the places that didn't seem very welcoming to go into as a Black person.
Yeah, and that was due to who was there in charge before. Rest in peace. He's no longer with us. And that's unfortunate, and it was a different time, and you know, old gays are ruthless. We know this. And when they don't like something.
Mean our peers?
No, are older than us.
Girl, why are they still going out? Nope, that's mean. That's not. That's me. That's me. Sorry, go on.
Older than us, they're ruthless. If they're stuck in their ways and they feel a certain type of way, there's no changing their mind about how they feel. And I think that's what the case was when we're talking about a lot of these venues from back in the day that are still around now. It's because of who was in charge of them at that point. It, like you said, it's okay for you to, do what you want to do to me behind closed doors. But once we get out that front door, it's a totally different ball game. Once we're in public, we are not equal anymore.
But then that makes you believe, were we ever equal?
Oh, well, I know better than that.
You know better than that.
Now I know better than that.
Now.
Now is the key. Now is the key word.
Now, have you noticed or have you seen a change in drag since like the mainstream and
Drag Race?
No, since Drag Race.
Yeah, I've seen a change. And I don't know if it's necessarily for the better.
Well, what I'm seeing, and what I'm mostly seeing, especially where I am, is it's like a plug and play. It's, okay, well, this is the kind of girl that went on to Drag Race last year. She has this many Instagram followers. She wears these colors. She does her makeup this way. She wears these clothes. She wears this hair. So I'm going to copy exactly that and give myself a kitschy name, and maybe I will be on Drag Race season so-and-so. I stopped watching it because it seems so overly produced that there's no art there. And I feel like it's completely lost what I remember drag being. And when I see a lot of white queens doing affectations of Black women and Black caricatures and Black hairstyles and Black all of this and making money, profiting off of it, and then taking it all off and living as a wealthy white man, it grates me to my core. Thoughts? As the professional here, because I'm just I'm telling you what I feel.
Racial appropriation is never okay. Period.
My culture is not a costume.
Exactly. It's never okay, and we've all made mistakes in that way, and at some point of our life. But I absolutely agree with you that with drag becoming mainstream, they think because it is drag and because they can take it off, that they can do whatever they want to do. And that's not okay to me. I don't see anybody that's really original out there anymore. And let's just be clear here. A lot of language that is used, a lot of music that we hear, a lot of fashion that we see.
Bring it.
Society, period, is borrowed from Black culture.
No, change one word. Don't say borrowed.
Oh, stolen. I'm sorry.
There you go.
It's stolen. It's stolen.
It's stolen. And then once it's stolen, it's profited on. It becomes mainstream. And the minute it becomes mainstream, it's normal. The minute it's normal, that means it's white.
Exactly.
So,
and that's just not the drag. That's not just the drag scene. That's every scene. You know, that's the music industry. That's movies. That's working up the street at McDonald's. That is life. in America. And some other places too, but mainly here in the United States.
Well, that we talk what we know.
Exactly, exactly.
I've only lived here.
Yeah, I've only
other
lived
places,
here.
but I've only lived here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's that.
So yeah, do I appreciate people wanting to
Let me ask you this. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but let me ask you this.
No, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Now, let's say for instance, I'm going to use Scott because he's who I live with and he happens to be a white guy. Now, Scott, one of his favorite songs in the entire world is Bag Lady by Erykah Badu.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would have no problems at all with him performing the song. Follow me here. He would not perform it like Erykah Badu because he's not Erykah Badu. He would not put on black affectation as if it was Erykah Badu. It would be Scott Lilly singing a song that he enjoys by Erykah Badu. You follow me?
I'm following you, yeah.
Okay. Now, what are your thoughts about, and I use Scott in that particular song as a reference. What are your thoughts about a white queen interpreting songs by black artists?
It depends on the subject of the song.
Really?
It does, because say for instance, they do the song Tired by Kelly Price.
Girl. Wait.
Look.
Give me a couple verses. Just a couple. I'm not paying for licensing. Just a couple verses.
I can't sing it right now, but
Damn
there's
it.
a hole in my heart and my soul is bleeding.
Go on.
I need to feel.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
My mind.
Yes, go on. So she doing
I need to free my mind, I'm sorry, and say what I'm feeling. But anyway.
That's a hard one. Why do you think that would be difficult for a white queen to do?
Because Kelly Price talks in that song, it may sound universal, but it's not. You don't hear a lot of white people talking about, I'm tired of the baby mama. I'm tired of the ghetto drama. I'm tired of paying these bills. Hell, I'm even tired of going to church and going to work.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Say for instance, you getting ready to go out to the club and your friend is like, girl, what about your kids? Girl, fuck them kids. That is a cultural thing. Mm-hmm. That is something where I am tired.
I'm tired of looking at your ass. I'm tired of doing everything that I need to do as a black person in this world just to barely get by.
Like, she wrote that song because everybody tried to portray her as an angry black woman.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, it's on camera. She be tripping sometimes. But anyway.
But I would wager to believe before those cameras were rolling, something happened that brought her there. No one walks around angry unless they have a reason. And people just happen to put the camera up when things pop off. But what's more important is what happened 5 minutes before that. What happened 10 minutes before that.
Nobody ever wants to ask that question.
No, they don't, because they always, this black person has popped off. But what did you do? What did you do?
That's what I always try to tell people. I'm like, you don't ask me about anything unless you want to know about exactly what happened.
There was a time, and I'm going to take us back to JR's patio back in the middle 2000s. We're sitting on the patio, you and I. You were beat down the house gods. And it was daytime, so we were day drinking. So it must have been summer. And there is a couple of guys on the other side. We're sitting on the outside patio, lower level. And some guys were taunting you. And you just kept getting angrier and angrier and angrier because they kept saying shit to you. And they were like, you black bitch, you're ghetto hood, hoochie, and all this stuff. And you were getting so mad. And I'm looking at you, I was like, Venus, girl, you look too cute for this. Could you imagine yourself going to jail? They're going to pass you around like Halloween candy. Girl. And usually that will calm you down. But you wasn't having it that day. And then I'm sitting between you. I'm here. You're here. The guy is here. The fence is here. You then get ready to jump up. You jump almost over my head. I stand up and grab you.
I remember that.
And I grab you. And out of your rage, you look at me and you say, why are you so strong? And I put you down.
I remember that.
I'm saying to myself, there is no damn way that this young boy is about to go to jail and ruin his life over whatever this idiot is saying to him. You are smarter than that. You're better than that. You're bigger than that. And I was like, I'm not letting that happen to you right now. And then I calmed you down. You got a shot, probably Jaeger and Red Bull, probably not the smartest thing I could have gotten you because that just hyped you up a little more. You are like, I'm going to go whoop his ass. I was like, no, you're going to go sing a song, sing your feelings out. And then you went and sang your feelings out and made a couple of dollars. You went to Taco Bell or something and went home and went to bed.
Sounds about right. That sounds about right. Oh my gosh. The times we've had. God.
Oh, good times.
Where were we?
Oh, we're still talking about the white queens doing black girl songs.
Oh, okay.
And black girls' hair and afros.
Now black girls' hair, that annoys me.
Why? Tell me why, please.
I mean, honestly, there's no reason for them to walk around with dreadlocks. Here I spent half of my life with a no-lie relaxer, going bald-headed
halfway, trying to get their hair texture. Just so you could have hair, because if you let what grows out of your hair naturally, if it just naturally comes out, you're deemed unprofessional. Exactly. You're deemed ghetto. Exactly. You're deemed hood. So in order for, and I can't get a job if I'm deemed ghetto, so I can't have hair unless it's permed. But you can go buy a wig. Oh my God, look at this. You can go get a weave. You can wear dreadlocks. You can get cornrows. And she's revolutionary. She's cutting edge. I'm sorry, you're the professional. I'm just in my feelings. Go.
You know, if they are mixed, I can't say nothing because I can't tell you which half to identify.
No. That's not what I'm talking about.
But if you are straight up white,
mm-hmm.
or anything that is not black, I have a problem. And for the longest time, I haven't said anything about it because I want to keep the peace, because I'm tired of being told that, girl, you are the angry black woman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired of that.
That's been your moniker for about 20 years now.
And my thing is, it's actually, that's far from the truth. It's, if you would not antagonize me and say things to, and I understand I have to take responsibility and I have to hold myself accountable for my actions also. So this is not a let's just blame everybody else.
Hold that, because I think that there's a statement There's a statement before that. You are responsible for your reactions.
Yes.
Now, I don't know that your actions are one thing. Every time I've seen you pop off in the entirety of our friendship, it's been a reaction. It's never been an action.
Yeah. But I don't start it. I never started. And, you know,
But you're going to finish it. Hey.
you know what? I'm not even old, but I'm getting old.
No,
I'm
but
tired.
at that time, in your basically how you were brought up in this world.
Oh, back in the day, yeah.
If you gonna bring something up, I assure you, I will finish it.
Oh, yeah.
And the only difference between you and I is you would fight, and I would eat you alive with my words. That's the only difference.
Girl, the things that you would say.
God tells me all the time when I tell him stories about when I lived in Denver, he's all like, "Oh, I'm so happy you're a good witch now."
But what they need to understand is, you know what? She can come out anytime.
She's always ready.
So just
She's always ready, and she is never out of practice.
stay clear.
It kept us safe. It kept us safe in a world where it was coming at us from all sides. It kept us safe. What are you drinking?
Arnold Palmer from Trader Joe's.
Oh, it doesn't have alcohol in it. How cute. I can't hear you. Oh, y'all don't keep alcohol in the house? That's cute.
I try not to.
Yeah, if we didn't have a full bar, we would not have lasted this coronavirus, girl.
Oh.
I think we do a liquor run once every 2 weeks. Yeah, a couple boxes of wine, couple tequilas, couple of vodkas. By a couple, I just mean one each, parents. We are not drinking that much. We are not drinking that much. We don't have time. We're so busy. So busy. What are you doing for the holiday? Are you staying social? Are you distanced? Are you guys locked down?
Yeah, we're locked down. We are level red, I think, right now. So here we go again. But this time it's every county. It's not just Denver. So that makes me feel a little bit better that that everybody's taking it more serious than the first time.
What's level red mean? What do you guys, are you full lockdown?
No, we're not full lockdown. So there's one more level that they just added, and it's level purple.
Oh, God.
So if it goes to purple, then we are SOL.
This morning I saw the tally had gone up to 307. After about 10 minutes of the news, we can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. This absolute disaster of a presidency we've had over the last 4 years it's coming to a hilariously catastrophic end. He is doing a huge cash grab right now. It's just, he's taking money left, right, and sideways. And rallying, he's stirring up all these lovely, misguided humans. These lovely, misguided humans. He's speaking directly to their fear of the other. And who are the other? Anyone who's not white in America. And especially if you're poor and white, that's different than po and white. If you're poor and white, what poor and white means is you feel like you should be doing better, but because of them, I'm doing worse. Because of them, I am not this. Because of them, my business has failed. Because of them, I can't go out. Because of them, coronavirus. Because of them. That is the poor whites I'm talking about. They've I'm trying so hard to be compassionate. I really am.
I can see the look on your face,
I'm
and
trying
it's
so
just
hard to find the compassion. And because I sincerely believe that even those people will be able to thrive and succeed in a world where we all view each other as equal. Is that idealistic? Absolutely. Will it happen in my lifetime? No. But the more we talk about race, if I'm talking about it all the time. Side note, Suge Avery's Blues is playing in the background right now.
Miss Seeley's Blues.
Yes, I think Miss Seeley's Blues.
Yes. Sister.
Yes. Girl, ridiculous. How was your semester?
Oh my goodness. It was tough, but it was good. Remote learning is interesting. I don't know how people that have little kids
Do this?
do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because there were many a times where I was like, I'm ready to just throw in the towel. For real. But, I prayed about it and I just was like, you know what? Obviously, I made it this far. I'm too deep in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I waited too long to go back to school
Mm-hmm.
to stop.
Mm-hmm. Because if you blink, the next thing you're 70 years old, living unfulfilled. And that is not something that anybody should want to do.
Yeah, it was good. It was actually, I'm glad that I stuck with it, and I made some really good connections with my professors and all of that. So, because when you're on a computer with somebody every day, you are forced to know them.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
you're forced to have real conversations that have nothing to do with academia.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm grateful.
Where are you studying?
Johnson and Wales.
Johnson and Wales. Oh, Johnson and Wales. What are you studying?
Studying restaurant, food, and beverage management. Yeah.
You know a thing or two about that.
Yeah, and it's not just about the restaurant, like going to somebody's restaurant and managing. It actually sets you up for if you want to own your own business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's a win-win situation. Unfortunately, my campus is closing after this year.
Mm-hmm.
So in summer of 2021, that's it. But they have partnered up with Metro. So those of us that are still here in Colorado,
mm-hmm.
we can transfer there. So I'm gonna see about Metro, and I'm gonna look at some other schools also. But yeah, so it is what it is.
No, that sounds super exciting, and I'm very proud of you. You are welcome. No matter how old you get, I'm still going to see you as my little brother and sister.
Yeah.
I realized that as I was preparing for this conversation, because I was like, when we met, there's just something special about this person, and I wanted to steer you away from some of the shit that I had just gotten out of. I wanted really, really badly to try to prevent you from making some of the mistakes that I had just made.
Yeah, and unfortunately,
No, you made your own mistakes. That's different.
yeah,
You
I
didn't
have
make
made
mine.
huh?
I said,
Oh,
you made your own mistakes. You didn't make mine, and that my job was done. I was like, okay, she didn't do these. Oh God, thanks.
yeah.
Like there was a couple of guys that you were dating, and I'm all like, well, girl, I don't think. And I dropped some seeds here and some seeds there. And, oh, girl, we broke up. Oh, too bad. Oh, that's so terrible. Oh,
There were definitely times since you have been gone where I'm just like, God, I wish he was here. Because, I'm human and I do make mistakes, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a part of living, it's a part of growing up, and, you can't always have somebody to hold your hand and guide you. But, I think I could have gone down a path that was a lot worse had I had not had people, especially you, in my younger years,
Mm-hmm.
to,
You out there running them streets.
to guide.
That girl, go sit down somewhere. Sit down. Take a nap. Jonathan, Venus falling out of her heels. Girl, go sit down somewhere. Go home.
There was a free martini involved, I was not going home.
What, girl?
I said, if there was a free martini involved, I was not going home.
You were not going home. You were not going home. You were not going home. Ooh, you were there with your purse open. Just titty out. Yeah, like, girl, pick your titties up. Huh? Oh, wait, I'm gonna go do a number. But you always went on stage and sang your songs. You always showed up and did your job.
That's
Blackout or not, you always did your job.
But yeah, so as far as doing black songs, I'm gonna
we
say
got so off topic.
I'm gonna say no.
No, just no. Beyonce?
Not Formation, not
Okay,
Black
no.
Parade.
No. Not Black.
I mean, if you want to do Freakum Dress, okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to do Irreplaceable, okay, that's fine.
Because that's a song that speaks to everyone.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, as long as it doesn't have to do straight with being black, then you're clear. Okay. But don't get out there and try to be slick and do Strange Fruit.
I don't care what version it is.
Period.
I don't care if you put a dance beat behind it.
Period.
I don't care if DJ Khaled mega mixed it. I don't want to hear it. And Sia harmonizing over top of the melody. I don't want to hear it.
Oh.
None of them would do that because they know better.
Right.
Okay, I have one other question.
Yes.
Because Scott and I got into this strange conversation this morning about the N-word. There is a story about this young kid being expelled from this prestigious school in North Carolina that we talked about yesterday on my conversation. Oh, you know this?
I think is this the story about I think they were talking about it on The View today.
His name is Jamal, and his mom's name is, hold on, girl, I took extensive notes. I was furious. Mom's name is Faith Fox, and Miss Faith Fox is an attorney. Let that be known that Miss Faith Fox is an attorney. And then they're saying that they expelled this young boy because mom said some things. And all mom said in part was, sis, you are not doing your job. If you feel like this is I'm paraphrasing, if you feel like this is an appropriate thing to greenlight a room full of elite white children to be in a room with my black son, oh, we'll give him an alternative lesson. So you're now have the black man out of the room, the black boy out of the room, while all of you white people are in the room just N-wording left and right, sideways and forward, while he's being taught something different to make himself feel even more ostracized. Right? So if we're thinking about it from this young man's perspective, where he's going to school with these same children since he was 4 years old. He's been going to this school since he was 4 years old. And they've kicked him out, ruining his record. So now he becomes a problem because mom called out your racism. And what about them in a huff having to cancel the annual plantation trip because mom was all like, I'm sorry, you're taking my son to a plantation? Girl, did I tell you the story about when I was a young person in Mississippi and then they took us to a plantation as a school trip? And
I know it happens.
If memory serves me correct, there were white people, this is in Mississippi, not this particular child, but this was in Mississippi as I remember it. The white women and people were dressed in all of the finery, and there were black people there dressed as slaves, pretending to be slaves with a room.
Wait.
Yes, girl, you heard the hell I said. You heard what the hell I said.
Wait.
Shall I rephrase?
Wait a second. They took you to the plantation.
Yes, in Natchez, Mississippi.
There were people reenacting.
Yes.
Being slaves.
Yes. And this was a classroom filled with black 7-year-olds probably. You know how my memory works. It's kind of Swiss cheese, but I'm fairly sure I was there. I
don't think you can make that up.
No. And then this white teacher all smiling like, oh my God, guys, see your people were here too. And I go home and I tell my mama.
Oh, I know Miss Pam was furious.
I was like, but mama, I don't understand. And I don't know what happened next, but I know that my next memory does not necessarily involve her, and it's in another state altogether. But I remember that as a childhood imprint of mine. Anyway, back to this child. They canceled this trip because Jamal's mother, Faith Fox, the attorney, I'm going to still keep bringing up the fact that she is an attorney, because they're painting this woman as an angry, uneducated black woman when she is not. And even if she were, she still deserves the respect of a woman protecting her child from the world. And this boy goes out into the world. He leaves the safety of his black home and he goes into a white world where this school wanted to take him to a plantation. And then next, all of his white friends that he'd known from childhood are wanting to say the N-word. And how does this black boy, how does he look at himself as a man when all of this is being assailed at him every day at 14? And his mom is just trying to protect her baby. She's trying to protect her baby, and she asks a question that gets her son expelled. And we're supposed to give this school a pass? Girl, hush.
That's the type of stuff I'm talking about right there. First off, the most frustrating thing about it is, why is it that whenever we are angry or outraged, it's problematic? And we're the victim.
We're the aggressor. We're always the aggressor.
Well, they think they want to turn it around and say that we're playing victim.
Mm-hmm. Or we're playing race card.
Exactly.
If someone tells you this is about race, it's always about race. Trust me, it's always about race.
And it's not like we try to bring it up, it is what it is. Michelle Obama said it perfect. It just is what it is.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But gone are the days where I feel that I can just stand back and watch. I can't keep quiet anymore. And the more we talk about stuff like this, the more we say, hey, by the way, what you just said, what you just did was racist. I'm not calling you a racist, but what you just said was racist.
There's a difference.
There is a difference. Now, if you continue to say things like that, I will then assume in my head that
you're a racist.
You are a racist. But if you would like to correct the things, if you would like to understand why I believe that is racist, and if I say that it's racist, it's racist. I don't have to prove to you it's racist. I'm just telling you what you said is racist. I don't need to justify it. If you would like to know how to correct it, hey, this was racist. These are the following things that you said, and this is how you can correct it in the future. Because I can assure you that if you say these kinds of things to someone who's not me, they may catch a case. And I'm more concerned for that person.
Is it if I were that, I would have done the same exact thing that mother did.
Mm-hmm.
Attorney or not.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
First off, that's my child. That's my child.
My child.
Like what we're not gonna do is that.
I was on a call yesterday and we brought up this case. Someone on the call brought up this case, and I asked the gentleman, I said, now, if we changed the race of mom and son to white, would we be having this conversation? And they all said, no, we wouldn't. I was like, yes, so this is a race thing. If you leave the facts exactly, everything exactly the way that it is, but you change mom and son to white, I want the same outrage. I want the same email. I want the same conversation. That kid would still be in school. We would never have heard about this conversation.
That reminds me of, you know, what's going on with Lori Loughlin and all of them.
Yes.
And then there's the black mom who changed the address just so her child could, you know, have a better future.
Mm-hmm.
And she's still in prison. And she's still in prison. And these hussies are in prison for 15 days, 15 to 45 days. Are you kidding me?
And they're not even felons, if memory. Are they felons? I don't even know. It doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter if they're felons or not. The point is if you're going to put her in prison for years and years and years, then you need to do the same thing to these people. Because you're just, basically, you're rewarding their bad behavior by saying, because of who you are, this is what we're going to do for you.
Mm-hmm. Because of what you're worth.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As a non-black person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No.
It's just
not
okay.
No. As a white person. Call a spade a spade. No, call a spade a spade, girl. I've told myself, I've made a declaration. Everything that I say, I'm going to say exactly what I mean. When I'm talking about black and white, I'm going to, you know, as a white person, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you what I see. And they have the opportunity to say, well, Jonathan, I believe that blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, you're wrong. And I might not say you're wrong, but I probably will. And I don't mean to be confrontational. I'm just facts are facts.
I don't think it's confrontational if they say that you're wrong first. That's not confrontational. That's you saying, oh, I appreciate what you're saying. However, comma. That's not it.
Here are some facts, America.
Yeah. And that's it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Amen. Praise Jesus and testify.
Yeah.
Girl. But I brought all of it up to ask the question. What do you feel about the N-word? Your thoughts?
Well, it all stems back to how I felt about it then and how I feel about it now, and conversations that I've had throughout the years.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to admit I've used it.
Mm-hmm.
That, you know, not my proudest moment. I can't take it back, but what I can do is I can take how other people felt when I said it and change for now and the future. I know a lot of people put it in a lot of music.
Mm-hmm.
I know that it's in a lot of cinema.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's in literature. And in everyday life, I know it's used. And there are a lot of people that are about that life.
Mm-hmm.
I have never necessarily lived that life. I was a poser. Because I wanted to fit in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's interesting to be a black person posing in a black community.
Oh, I gave up years ago. I just gave up. I
don't do it now, obviously.
I was so tired of trying to be the kind of black person that everybody assumes that that I'm supposed to be. And just like, no, I don't want to. I just don't want to. And the minute I stopped caring, life got so much easier. But that took years. It took
Yeah.
years to sit back and look at everybody's just faking. And the people who are truly happy in life don't give a fuck. And I'm truly happy in life. It's like I found my joy in having conversations like this. I found my joy in this incredible life that I'm living right now, where I wake up and breathe whatever creative idea that pops into my head, I'm able to bring it to life. And I love that. I was never able to do that before because I kept living a life that people imposed on me and I was expected to do. Strangely enough, 2020 has taught me I'm only happy when I do what I want and what brings me joy and what brings me purpose. And what brings me purpose is trying to, I don't know, I like talking to people.
Yeah.
I like to talk to people. And I like to talk to people about race because I'm fascinated with it. I want to understand why we all believe the things that we believe when it's all so stupid. And all the race talks that I've seen and been a part of, they all sound like lectures. And that doesn't feel authentic.
Yeah. So I think what's really important for people to realize is that in every region in this nation,
Mm-hmm.
you are going to see a different type of Black person. You're
Mm-hmm.
going to see a different type of ghetto. You're going to see a different type of low-income housing. You're going to see a different type depending on which state you're in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I am born and raised in Denver, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't from New York. I'm not from the South. Like, I am a different type of Black person, but I'm still Black.
But here's a fun fact. You're a unicorn all in your own right anyway. We all are.
Period. We're all unicorns. And I wish, I pray for that day where we can all finally see and appreciate the uniqueness that we all possess as those unicorns.
Darling, don't wait for that day. Make that day. Don't wait for it. If that's what you want, make it happen. Because that's the world that I live in. That's why I'm doing this. It's legitimately how I see the world. I see the world. It's this concept that Scott has taught me about. It's the concept of yes and. It's an acting thing where somebody says something to you, and I think it's they say, okay, you're a steam engine, and then you're like, okay, I'm a steam engine, yes and then you just keep adding on, you keep adding on. But I'm using it in the concept of culture. If when I come across something that is new for me or interesting for me or I'm finding fascinating, I'm saying, yes, this is something that I've never encountered before, and I'm curious. I would like to learn. Please help. Please. I will do all of the things that I can to learn as much as I can about new things, new concepts, new worlds, new conversations, new interests, and share it with those around me. It sounds so much better than closing myself off and not choosing to learn, not choosing to grow, not choosing to evolve. The world that we grew up in doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't exist anymore. We have to move forward. if we don't move forward, you're going to be left behind. And you know what's back there. And if that's what you want, I wish you a farewell. And I will hope the best for you.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't be there anymore. I saw what that did to the world. I saw what that did for me. And I don't want to be there again. So why go there again? In short, if that's the world you want to live in it. And on that note, darling, it was so much fun. Thank you so much for talking to me tonight.
Oh, you're welcome. We just always end up all over the place, and I love it. I love it because it's. You would think that we were right here, in the same room with the conversation that we have. I want to thank you for doing this. I think that this is so necessary. And just speaking to you and seeing you, I can see the passion. It's just seeping out of your pores, and I just really I love you.
I love you.
I appreciate you, and I enjoy you.
I enjoy you. I love you. I can't wait to be back in Denver to hang out and hold you and hug you and have a Kiki.